Durham University College Bar Tier List. Let's go. For context, I am a shoenet grey, and no, my parents don't own 10 yachts, or a horse, or several shares in Gazprom, so it's about as unbiased as I would probably get. Grey. Now, unlike most colleges, I think grey lacks any type of patriotism. It's just like, oh, I'll go grey. I think that's where grey by name, grey by nature comes from. And please do not say that to any grey student you meet on a night out. It's very boring. And it's really reflective of a bar as well, although you do get flashbanged as soon as you walk into it because of the bright lights. And you'll either meet the most bog standard, like average Joe Bear is, or the most steroid-injected rugby lad with Olympus Mons all over his back. College drinks are nice, at least. I mean, one of them is called 50 Shades of Grey. It literally looks like concrete. That's about all I can say. They serve Blue Moon, and I am a Blue Moon fan, so that's a plus, I guess. And if you meet anyone called Jack, you probably should stay away from them. Beta. Collingwood. Every time I go here, it's like being thrown into Durham's Love Island. It's just full of rugby boys and blods of lip filler. The outside area is nice. They serve inches for whatever reason. It's not like any Collingwood student is fruity enough to drink it. I think it's just the diversity high of all the drinks they have. It's kind of like the Hatfield of a hill, but they're less likely to shark you and actually be decent human beings. It's a nice bar, and if you ever see the Tinder on Facebook, most of them probably belong in Collingwood. So if you want a 10 out of 10 hunk, it's probably your best bet. A tier. Jobo. If anyone's offended, I don't refer to it as Josephine Butler. I don't care about your mound. And too bad that the word job scares you. It's always like entering the back rooms for Jobo, because it could be packed, but because it's so big, it's always empty, and I'm just left alone with my own thoughts. It's pirate themed for some reason, so I guess if you want to throw a kid's birthday party, probably your best bet. They also serve food at a bar, probably because no hill student can be bothered to walk to Tesco. It's also seen as a woke college, to my understanding, so if you vote for any of these parties, please do a 180 and go back home, which I guess is kind of ironic. C tier. Stevenson, Jobo's little brother. The bar is really nice, actually. The designer definitely have autism, because it's all train-themed. But that's where the good parts stop, unfortunately, because it's always dead whenever I go in. I mean, there's plenty of brick walls to talk to, which, to be fair, is probably nicer to talk to than any Stevenson student that I've met. So, D tier. Moving on from Dante's seventh circle of hell, we arrive at Jon Snow. Imagine South, but good. The drinks are nice. The building's quite modern, though I guess it's a bit compact. It reminds me of those ads I keep getting for Temu prefabricated homes. But saying it's your favourite bar, unless you're a Jon Snow student, that is, it's a bit like saying Foster's is your favourite beer. Like, sure, it's what we have at home, but please, just go to Tesco's and buy a bad beer. C tier. Aiden's. Now, controversial opinion here, I actually like the Badger, but that's where the good things end at Aiden's, unfortunately. My first experience of Aiden's, actually, was at a bar crawl, where I walk in and I see about 5 neckbeards with fedoras on, probably discussing their next Reddit post or something. And if anyone tells you they're from Aiden's, immediately get the police to check their search history. F tier. Van Mildert. Imagine spoons, but not like a nice train station spoons. No, I'm talking about spoons in Grantham. It's got the furniture, the carpet, just about Barry63 saying you poured his pint wrong, but I'm sure a Hatfielder can step in and do that instead. I'm pretty sure it's the only one that serves absinthe, and after you've had your drink, you can go and look at a lovely Van Mildert lake. You already get a mixed bag in the bar, because no one wanted to be in Van Mildert. Honestly, beta. Trevs. This is like Steve-O, but with good autism. Shame they don't have a plane or a tank-themed bar. Trevs JCR, get on that. But much like Steve-O, it's normally dead inside, which is quite a shame. It's hexagon-shaped. I kind of like it, to be fair. The college drinks are horrendous. There was one at Halloween I had, which was horrible. It's like they want you to leave, which I don't blame them. But Trev students do look like they have social anxiety. But as someone with autism, and who put Trev's as his fourth choice, I'd say it's B tier. St. Mary's. It's literally a World War II bunker. So if I had to take a girl on a date to a college bar, and honestly, you should probably consider Mackey's first, it would probably be Mary's. I guess it just feels like home. But then again, I'm Polish, so of course a war bunker feels like home. Apart from that, go ahead to do the marriage challenge. Avoid all the girls who look like they went to an all-girls sixth form, and run away to cuffs. C tier. Cuffs. This is like Van Milder, recreating his spoons, but in a good way. The bar's nice, the outside area is nice, it's just cozy. Hell, even the toad is nice, but if you don't order a green BK with it, that's probably the first sign of a DSM index of a mental illness, so please go to your GP. Overall, there's no complaints. Though, side note, I'm pretty sure the Cuffs toilets are the only ones who sell condoms. And looking at Durham's STD rates, no wonder the rest don't. S tier. St. John's. Now, call me biased as someone who got transferred from here, which was his first choice, where there was beautiful private food, free laundry, and a library, to a college that is named after a T and has a phoenix as its mascot because its building burnt down a year after it was made. But I like John's. The upstairs bar is bad, but as cramped as the downstairs bar is, I kind of like it. And because it's cramped, it actually feels full. If I had to drink my life away in a depressed state, it would probably be John's. That because it's the most Catholic, so some priest might come and save me. A tier. 24s. Now I know this isn't a college bar, but like, it's my tier list, so shut up. 24s really is a watering hole. Like, the pints are cheap, the garden area is quite nice to be fair. However, if you really are in a fighting mood, 24s is your best spot. Forget Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Charlie Kirk. The worst takes ever can be found at 24s only. That's probably why the pints are so cheap. The Spin Doctor is a terrible pint, and every time I've had a pint here, it's been poured terribly. But that's just me complaining. I've heard orgies are held in a river embankment over the fence. The wetter the better, I guess. C tier. Chads. Honestly, the outdoor area is probably the best. But I am a smoker, so I'm a bit biased here. And when the upstairs bar is open, it's actually a really good time. Though by the time you reach it, you're probably way too far gone, based off your VKs and college pints you've drank before. The downstairs bar is pretty awful, however, though it does have like a train station-like image on it. If Chads and St. John's had a baby, it would either be the reincarnation of a devil, or Camus, the goat. Also, if you feel like you need to wash your sins away, you can always drink in the chapel outside, though sometimes you can see people stick their feet out of windows. S tier. Hatfield. Run! This is like 24s of slightly more class. One of their bartenders literally worked for GB News, for Christ's sake. At least instead of bad takes, though I promise you'll hear those too, you'll be overhearing mainly the impeccable Riz of Hatfield third years, trying to pull the psychology first year by complaining about not being able to afford a mortgage on his 7th holiday home in Spain while wearing his Patek Philippe and getting a internship at an investment bank while wearing a gilet. That was nice though. My first experience at Hatfield actually was when someone asked me my name and then how much my parents earn and then scoffed and walked away when it was too low. And they probably are the culprit of 99% of Durfess's C tier. Castle. I mean, it's a castle, take what you can get. It's actually Harry Potter. Though trying to find a seat is basically impossible here, from what I remember at least. And it's more of a dungeon than a castle. There's a nice outside area where you can mess about. Castle people are either the most annoying, obnoxious, backstabbing people we've ever met, or the loveliest of souls. And it's probably the waitress of all bars. S tier. Hillbead. They have a bar?